Hello, everyone. My name is Danny. This is my review for Wonder Wheel. What it says on the front here is there are moments that leave you breathless. Wonder Wheel. Wonder Wheel tells the story of four characters whose lives intertwine amid the hustle and bustle of the Coney Island amusement park in the 1950s. Ginny, a melancholy, emotionally volatile former actress now working as a waitress in a clam house. Humpty, Ginny's rough-hewn carousel operator husband. Mickey, a handsome young lifeguard who dreams of becoming a playwright. And Carolina, Humpty's long-estranged daughter, who is now hiding out from gangsters at her father's apartment. Poetically photographed by Vittorio Storaro, Wonder Wheel is a powerful dramatic tale of passion, violence, and betrayal that plays out against the picturesque tableau of 1950s Coney Island. This is rated PG-13. It's a 2017 film running almost 2 hours. This stars Jim Belushi, Juno Temple, Justin Timberlake, and Kate Winslet. I noticed a couple other characters too. I'm not sure if they're famous or not, but it has a couple more people in it other than those four. So, we'll just start off with what I wrote down. The first line that really was awful is Humpty is like yelling at people. It's Jim Belushi's character, just kind of a worn down, kind of confused person that's really poor, and he needs a woman to be able to take care of him. Otherwise, he's a terrible drunk. He says, like he's freaking out about his daughter coming, and he hasn't seen her for a while, and he's freaking out, and he says, "Stop freaking out," to his wife. And I'm like, okay, if you're freaking out and you tell somebody else not to freak out, that's kind of a stupid line. So that got me about 10, 15 minutes in, and it just kind of went downhill from there. Right away, Justin's character, the lifeguard, gets to kind of commentate. I guess we're led to think that this is actually his story, which is stupid. Just, I'm not even going to go there. But honestly, his commentary was not appreciated. And the fact that for even 2 minutes of this movie that you think this movie is about the lifeguard, it's not. So I just didn't appreciate it. I don't know why they went that direction. I think they could have done without it. That's my take on that. It's not a bad note, but I'm giving stuff away because honestly, this movie was less than good. Justin Timberlake and Kate Winslet get to have an affair. Yay! Most of the things that they say to each other are very typical. They're very sappy. They're very common. There's nothing led to surprise us. We don't really care, about hardly anything that's said. When they're all lovey-dovey and everything, it just, nothing really is that genuine. So I could have used a lot more emotion and better writing and stuff like that. And then we get into the really, really bad part, which it just keeps going downhill. And I started high. I want that to be known for the record. There's a lot of repeating lines. I felt so bad for Kate Winslet's character because really all she ever gets to talk about is her ex-husband, her migraines, and how everybody just needs to stop because they're just making her headache worse. And then she's a jealous little girl because she's having an affair with Justin Timberlake, and Juno's character kind of wants Justin also. So that's about the only interesting thing in this whole movie is that little love triangle, and it's not that interesting. So um, as we get further in the movie, Jim Belushi and Kate Winslet get to talk to each other about the same thing over and over again. It's about money issues. It's about not being able to argue at this moment because they're tired, because they need a drink. It's the same stuff for 2 hours. It's so hard to go through this mud. It's just the same lines over and over again. It's pathetic, really pathetic. The ending is awful. Awful. My gosh. Is terrible. What happens to Juno is this whole movie people are looking for her, and obviously they found her. We have no explanation of what happens there. None. It's a 2-hour movie about that, and we get no explanation of what happens. A million things could have happened. A million. And we don't get to know one thing about it. You could have just had one more minute of the movie and shown her in a ditch somewhere, and I would have accepted that as an ending. Not just, oh, she was found. Okay, that's the end. Stupid. Terrible. And there's no conclusion. Okay, so if you're going to have a 2-hour movie about stuff, don't you think you should conclude that stuff at all? I know there's some directors who are famous for this, but it gets on my nerves, okay? They don't talk about the son and his habit of burning stuff. They don't explain what happens to Juno's character because she just gets found after these people are looking for her. They don't explain what happens to Justin's character if he just moves away or if he stays in the same place because he just, is comfortable there, and then he puts up with Kate Winslet's character after they've had an affair. They don't explain if Jim and Kate Winslet stay together. There's nothing. There's no conclusion whatsoever. It makes me so mad that movies do this, and how are we supposed to be able to put up with it? I just sat through a 2-hour piece of crap that doesn't have any conclusion. It's about stuff, and it doesn't conclude it whatsoever. That's torture. Really. I've got to give this movie an F. I hope nobody sees it. If you've seen it already, just please comment that I'm correct, in my opinion, okay? Please. Wonder Wheel has these 4 people. I'm sorry that they were in it, and it was this awful writing. I feel sorry for them. Hopefully they made some dollars from it. It is a real movie. It's in Coney Island, and it's set in an old-time fashion, so the outfits are timely correct, and it's in a crowded area, so they probably had huge bill for all the extras and stuff. So I guess in that way it was impressive that they did this movie, and there's a lot of people around and all that, but I feel sorry for these 4 people. This terrible writing, terrible ending. F for Wonder Wheel. My name's Danny. If you like this movie review or any of my other ones, because this is honestly one of the worst ones I've seen in a long time, like and subscribe to my channel. Give me a like on the video, and just try and enjoy all your other movies, guys. This one, try and stay away from. Thanks a lot.